Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Enlightened Entrepreneurs. Today's interview is sponsored by World Outsourcing Solutions, a company that specializes in providing virtual employees to companies here in the United Kingdom and the rest of the world. Now, if you're joining us for the very first time, this program really is specialized in bringing exceptional individuals, business owners, experts that are actually in frontline making things happen and adding value to a lot of people. And today I'm very delighted to be joined with by my friend here, Al-Ameen, who's been on this program 3 times. Amazing. And he's back again to share some principles for success. And welcome to the show, Al-Ameen.
Thank you very much. Thank you for this opportunity.
Incredible. And thanks again for joining us and, spending some time to talk to business owners in our community today. The title of our interview today is The 3 Startup Mistakes Every Business Owner Needs to Avoid. You remember, as a business owner, or when you got started, or maybe you're just starting out, there are certain things that we as business owners come across every single time. And there are 3 major ones that seem to appear every now, regardless of any industry you go into, they are there. And today we're going to be talking about them, so that you know what they are and be prepared to deal with them when they actually begin to surface their head in your business. Now, to get us started, Almain, I know you've been in the business for a long time, but for those who have never come across you, can you tell us a bit about yourself, your background, and how you ended up running an international organization?
Yes, thank you. My background is I'm an aeronautical engineer, which is like the aviation industry. And I succeeded in education so far because I liked to have education before I get to practice. And I used to believe that education is very important. So I have a BSc degree in aeronautical engineering, and then I got another diploma in aeronautical engineering as well. And then I got an MBA in Master in Business Administration. I got Airline Business Foundation from Geneva, Switzerland, IATA, and so many other qualifications. And I always believed that education is so essential within the experience. I did not want to be a skilled person who is not educated but just know how to do the job well. So I pursued education, and at the same time I pursued the experience and hard work as well. So that's my background. And regarding how I started the business, I got opportunity to work in 3 great companies. The third one was the largest one. And I discovered something about myself, that I love to have an open opportunity where I can express many things about my business into work and into corporations. But I faced many things that, for example, the owner always used to like to utilize an old man with gray hair, which is, I don't know, I found it a difficult theory just to believe that gray hair brings wisdom, although I don't think so. So I always, as a young person, at 25 years old, I was deputy most of my time for those old people. And most of them were just like about to retire. They did not really care about the organization as much as I cared. So it was like some conflict of goals. And the second reason was that I found myself so dedicated. Sometimes I save money and profit to the company, and the salary is still the same. So like I'm saving a lot of money for them, and I'm making new projects, new profits. The salary is always the same, and I'm happy and having a great life. And the third reason is that I found many times that I started to love the company and love the position even more than the owner himself. Like sometimes he would say, you can skip that few thousands here, few thousand there, you can leave that project. But I loved it and I wanted to go on. So I discovered that the only solution for my 3 problems is to start my own business where I can have the lead and all the benefits, and as much as I work, so much effort, it will be mine rather than it will go to someone else. So that's my background, and that's how I started for those 3 reasons.
Incredible. I love how you've stated that so clearly. One of the things I admire about you is your recent company, which is quite innovative and is taking advantage of the existing technology. Can we talk about that for a moment before we go on into discussing the mistakes that business owners can avoid?
Yeah, sure. It's 2 companies actually out of the group active at the moment. It's Virgo Group and Aviator Group. And it was mainly a language provider company in USA, and at the same time, it was a language services company providing at the same time in USA, and it started to have an establishment in UK as well. So we expanded into small activities here and there. We started a web development company. We started virtual assistant companies, and we started many small things into the technology, blogging things, languages, services. The most recent one is that we found the broadcasting facility, which is a very modern thing into the industry at the moment in social media, and people just love the live broadcasting at the moment. If you see that everyone is going live on social media for any reason, sometimes they just would like to say happy birthday to someone. So we found that this is like something that people love, and how we can utilize that into business. And I found out that as we are in the language business, we faced many people facing difficulties into languages, barriers, and especially into the Middle East, where they cannot speak the language of English because they don't have the foreigners and they don't have English native people. So now we are working on a model to connect Middle East with foreign countries where native speakers are, like UK and USA, which is our main office. So we will be connecting the broadcasting facility by bringing English teachers, broadcasting live lectures to those students in the Arabic countries. At the same time, they will have quality of service, and they don't have to travel, and they don't have to have the problems of traveling or removing. And the lecturers will have a big time saving rather than having to buy over and all the time. And of course, the host country in Middle East must pay a lot to host a foreign person or an expat. So we are going to eliminate all of those obstacles by giving the students something that they love, and at the same time, they will have a pitch by using this technology into solving their own problem. Just like when you ask someone to make a phone call, you don't give them a boring phone device, for example, to get over the problem of communicating with people. You give them something that is very joyful and exciting, and then they will be eager to use it to solve their problem at the same time. So that's our most recent business model that we are working on.
Incredible. What I love about that model, Al-Ameen, is you looked at what is happening on the world scene, and you saw a problem. Then you bring the two together to create a business model. And if I may talk to you as a business owner today, and you are running your business, there's something here to learn. I certainly learned from it, and that is, you observe what is happening, and then look for problems and solve those problems. Straight away you have income coming into your business. You can do it within your business, create new streams of income within your business, and that will transform your business overall. And we can see it here with Al-Ameen, what he's doing. Last time when I spoke with you, you were in Dubai, really taking this business forward. How many countries have you taken this project to now?
So far, I traveled to 3 countries, and I utilized agents in other 3 countries as well. So we have total of 6 countries in 1 month in the Middle East.
Incredible. Maybe something that the audience may be interested in. How do you go about getting an idea like you have when you observe what was happening to actually bring it to the marketplace? Were there any steps that you took?
Yes, see, I believe that the business is like a solution maker for any problem.
Right.
Because, for example, if I know how to create a phone in my house, and I know how to make the network and cellular and everything, if I know how to make all of those things in my house and I can use it and I call people as well, I will not have to go to buy it, for example, as a product. So as long as I have a problem that I cannot produce this thing, or I cannot do it by my own, or for example, I can, but I don't have the time or resources, so I will go to buy a ready-made one. Right. And there, on the other side, there is a producer for this product. So I believe generally the business is a solution maker for all the problems. And there are 2 kinds of business. The first one, people would do what they love, which is what they are passionate about. The other thing they have to do is like for resources. For example, not all the products that we have done so far, we like them. But we believe that they will generate a great thing and a great opportunity of income and resources. So why not? So we have 2 kinds of businesses at the same time. The one that we like to do, and the other one that we just guarantee it will create resources for us. as long as we are strong enough to do both of them. But for a startup, for example, sometimes they have to choose. And when we have passion for something, definitely we will do it no matter what. Like, it's like, either we will be successful or we will die trying. But when we do not have to like something, which is just like a great opportunity, that's the thing where we have observation that you like talk about, where we will see a problem, we will observe a problem, then we will survey the market, how we can sort it out. And the final touch in the modern world, I believe, is to have something exciting, because people are getting like less energized, less willing to do things, and they are like spending half of their life on social media, and they need something to be exciting. The biggest products at the moment are the exciting ones, not the important ones. Sometimes you will be surprised, like you will create, for example, a great truck or SUV, for example, that has many, many things to do, and it's a lifetime achievement. But if people do not find it exciting in these days that we are living now, they will not have the pitch to go to try it. But
Right.
So as people are within the technology, so they just love the new things. So what I'm saying is the business needs a touch these days to be exciting. So this is what we are looking for from our observation at the moment. We look for an opportunity, we look for a problem, and then we survey how we can solve it. But we have to introduce it to the market in an interesting way. Just like I told you about our recent product, we are going to introduce it by live broadcasting. So as long as the young people are live broadcasting every day, when you tell them, okay, I will solve your problem of English learning within your own broadcasting, like just give me 1 hour of your 3-5 hours per day of broadcasting, they will love it because it has the modern time of exciting touch. So this is how we create the observation, and this is how we solve problems with this like exciting. Everything must be exciting these days. Any product, I believe, it's not exciting, even if it's essential, very important, people will not buy it.
Incredible. With that said, let's move on to the problems that you see business owners go through, or the mistake that business owners commit in their early years of development.
Yeah, I believe we have 3 problems. The first one is that about the resources. They all the time they think about its resources, but the fact is it's not about resources, not about funding. Everybody dreams about that they have the opportunity of finding that mysterious investor who somehow they will pitch to, and they will give them $3, $4, $5 multi-million-dollar, and they will just be happy with it. But the problem is not about that, actually, because some people, they don't even know what they need exactly, and they don't even know what they have. Like all my startups was to look within, to look with what I have of resources. I never asked someone for like external help or funding. I always look within, like to see our own potential, what we really basically can do within our own selves. So they always think about it's about funding, but it's not actually. They are just looking for something to blame. So they blame funding because they don't have, and they keep asking how we can have money for the rest of their lives. And like life is shifts. Someone will come a few years later, they will be old, they will pass, and other one will come. So it's like they are missing the opportunity by not defining the appropriate or the real problem. They always think it's funding. It's not mostly about funding. And the next problem is they think that they are the only people in this industry. Like when someone is suffering in a sales industry or mobilizing problem or traveling problem, they think that they are the only ones in the world that they are doing this. But they have to understand that people have done this since like caveman maybe. And many, many people are doing it all the time. When if you network in London, for example, you can see that you can attend an event with 500 people and all of them thinking the same idea as you are. So that tells you something, that you are not alone in the industry. And people always think that it's their problem. They are like having a problem. They are like miserable because they have a personal problem. But it's not actually they have anything of that. So, and the third issue is when they have the money in the beginning. I believe sometimes they have 2 choices: either to spend all of it if it's like small up to a certain level that's only enough for funding, but sometimes they have certain amount of money which is dedicated for their startup. I believe if they have the opportunity of investing that money with something granted, for example, buying a real estate or buying shares that will generate granted income for them, I believe they should go for that. See, like for example, if you have $1,000 and you think this is like your pitch, rather than you try this $1,000 and if it did not work, you are broke and that's it. You will forget about it. But sometimes you get broke with 1,000, but you need small like $200 extra to come back, and you still have the opportunity, but you cannot afford the $200. So you will be like, forget about it, that it will fail. So there are certain amounts of money, certain level of budgeting at the beginning. If the startups, they have it, I recommend they would, like for example, if they don't have 1,000, if they have like 10,000, I recommend they buy shares rather than their sources will dry up. So they buy shares, and the shares will have a steady like income flow for them. So by that, they will have the same income divided into the 10,000 that they have gradually. But the point is the huge benefit of that they have the ability to try and fail, and the same budget, it will not dry up. It will still be like that. They are like liquid. They are making their fixed budget to like flowing cash like of income. So that's the benefit of it. They have to not always consider that this is the money for startup, that's it, we will spend it all to startup, and either we win or we lose. If they have an opportunity to convert it in the beginning for a steady income cash flow, I prefer if they would do that.
And just looking at the one of the mistakes you covered on there, how best can they avoid these mistakes before they actually begins to happen?
By knowledge, awareness, and as I always say, by sharing. Many people, when they have problem, you can never imagine that if you share it, you will have millions of people, many places that they have the same, because I don't think there is one unique problem. It's just there are hidden problems. Any problem that is there, it was there all the time, but people, they just don't share it, so they don't know that they are the only ones or not. So it's about knowledge. Like before you start an industry, you have to study day and night about it, or you have to gather all the information. And when you have problem, instantly share it. And now we have something incredible, which is the internet, that provides information, sharing the information 24/7. Wherever you are, whatever you do, you can have the same access as the greatest people in the world. So this is like an equal. You don't have like the old days to go to the rich Royal British Library to get something where only the high level people would go. Like it's not like that anymore. Everything is free now. Everything is open, and the share of information. So for example, you can search for any problem that you have, and you will be surprised what you will get. Sometimes we have like normal daily life problem, like like opening the doors, driving the car, like small problem, how to pack your clothes when you travel, how to get to airplane. You can find massive information about all of that. So I believe they always need to gather information, and at the same time, if they had gather information, of course, for basic knowledge, but if they had a problem within that, like their way, they have to share it. They have to say, they have to tell to everybody else that we have this problem. Do you have solution? And definitely they will find it, because there is no unique problem and there is no unique person. It's only about efforts and what we have and not. Many people, they have the same problem as we are, but if we don't say, we will always feel that we are the only ones. So I believe they have to collect information and they have to share the problem.
Incredible. And in sharing the information, you become knowledgeable as to what is happening. As we come toward the end of our time together, Al-Ameen, I know business owners would love to know how they can get involved or get to work with you.
Yes, we have a company called, it's like not a company actually, it's a platform called Next, where we have the opportunity for anyone to propose something. We partnership with them or sponsor them or anything. It's on our website at alaviator.com. That platform like shares a lot of opportunities for anyone. We received small emails, but it's not like really big, because we created that platform recently. So when they offer us something on that platform, we can reach out for them for definitely most of the time. And now we are expanding from 2 countries to 7 countries at the same time. So the opportunity is greater. I'm not saying that we are like a great company to do many things, but as I said, sometimes it's about sharing. Someone may share something with us and we give them a small advice for free, and they will be very happy to have it. So we have the Next platform they can access.
Incredible. And do you have social media as well they can reach out to?
Yes, of course. Everything is at Al-Aviator. That's the name of our brand and all our social pages and all the social medias that we have.
Okay, excellent. All right, thanks again for sharing that information. Now, Al-Ameen, if you were to to start all over again, knowing what you know today, what would you do differently? Maybe be it more of or less of?
Yeah, save more money and work more.
Save more money. Yes, yes. It's one of those things that we as business people, when we are getting started, you say, "Oh, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that." Of course, you may want all of that, but not maybe right now. It's just one of those things to deal with. So I totally understand where you're coming from there.
The one final word that I have is when someone would go into an industry in the beginning, they know, or they at least if they don't know, they have to know that when they don't have qualification, which is the case of everyone in the world, they don't have credibility. Everyone, like when you start to study, when you start to work, you don't have qualification or credibility in the beginning. So if they are going to start up something, target an industry that does not require credibility. For example, if I want to start a school, no one will enroll with me because they need my 35 years of credibility or qualification. So definitely, if I just start school by myself, I'm saying with my personal, like I will be the teacher, I will be the manager, I will be everything. People will say, we need your qualification. We need like 35 years of experience in studying or teaching. I don't have that. So the market will reject me right away. But if I, for example, if I start a company for ticketing, for travel ticket, for example, airplane ticket, when I will start that company, as long as it is the same place where people live, like in a commercial area or like closer to like a huge like places where people, they have, those big buildings or a commercial place, central market, something, definitely as long as it's reachable for them, they will walk in and buy. They don't care if I started yesterday or I started 20 years ago. They don't care even who I am, because they know that in like airline ticketing, like the travel and tourism companies, they have, all of them, they have the same access for ticketing, except of course those who has the IATA privilege, but that's something like very complicated. They are the real ones that they can issue the ticket, and all others are subcontractors. But what I'm saying is, two industries are totally different if you look at them. So last advice is that if you want to do something, start an industry, look for an industry that does not require credibility for you to sell. If it requires credibility for you to sell, you will spend the first 10 years of your life just losing money by building credibility for yourself. And then maybe someone will buy your product or not.
Incredible. Well, thank you so much, Al-Ameen, for a great interview. And I'm sure business owners in our audience today have a much clearer understanding of what they need to avoid in order to succeed, and what they need to really look out for. Now, if you are joining us, you've been listening to Al-Ameen Raif, and you can get in touch with him by visiting the Vigo group, and you will get a lot of information from there. And once again, thank you so much, Al-Ameen, for joining us today.
Thank you very much for your time. It's been a great opportunity and looking forward.
Incredible. Again, I'm Yokai Kajidori, and thanks for joining us on the Enlightened Entrepreneurs. And do check out some of the episodes we've had and that we're going to be having. We have amazing individuals like Al-Ameen from all over the world that are doing very well in their own right and are prepared to share their knowledge with you. So just go to www.worldoutsourcingsolutions.com/podcast for more information about that. And also about outsourcing services, and do implement some of the strategies you've learned today. And here's one thing I've learned about business: success actually leaves clue. And some of the things that Al-Ameen has been sharing with you, they are actually a clue to how to succeed in your own business. So implement them and see your business take a different turn. With that said, have a great day, everyone, and I look forward to be spending more time with you in the next episode. Goodbye for now.